Marriage ordained by God honors God while both parties benefit from it. Ecclesiastes 4 verse 12. A person standing alone can be attacked and defeated, but two can stand back to back and conquer. Three are even better, for a triple braided cord is not easily broken. When your marriage is ordained by God, God is in it. It's three cords: the husband, the wife, and God. A bond that is not easily broken. He who findeth a wife findeth a good thing. A man shall love his wife as how Jesus loved the church. A man shall submit to God while his wife submit to the husband. A man is supposed to be the head. A man shall flee from his mother and findeth a wife, and they shall become one. Satan don't like ordained marriages by God because he know the power. So he will always be there fighting. Once you propose, he's going to fight for you not to even propose. Once you propose, he's going to fight even harder. Planning the union ceremony, he's going to fight even harder. After the union ceremony, he's going to come back even stronger. But you have to fight. You have to fight for your partner. When God put two persons together, is to complete each other. Where the husband is weak, the wife is strong in that area to help him. Where the wife is weak, the husband is strong in that area to help her. You complete each other. You become one. And you can conquer whatever the enemy has planted over your marriage. Don't give up. Marriages are not easy. I can tell you out there, but keep fighting for your marriage. Stand in the gap for your partner. Wives, stand in the gap for the husbands. Sometimes the wife is the stronger one, and the Lord used the wife to pull in the husband to his kingdom. Husband, if you are the stronger one, stand in the gap for your wife until the Lord uses you to pull in the wife to his kingdom. Pray for your wife until you can pray together. Pray for your husband until you can pray together. Someone has to be there fighting. Don't give up. Don't let the enemy let you divorce. Because the enemy knows that God don't like divorce. When it is from God, fight. The enemy knows the power. And that is why sometimes he will send one of his disciples to trick you and propose to you. Because he knows that when he sends someone to marry to you, you're going to be miserable for the rest of your life. Because the enemy is only here to kill, steal, and destroy. Kill your joy. Steal your peace. That's him. He doesn't want you to be happy. Keep fighting. Husbands and wives, sometimes some things are happening in your marriages. It is spiritual. Wives, pray for him. Sometimes the husband is suffering from a childhood trauma, and the enemy has used that against him. He's fighting depression, anxiety. He's under peer pressure. He was not loved correctly by his mother. And that is why when you're not loved correctly by your mother, you always get a good mother-in-law. When you have a good mother, the mother-in-law don't like you. The enemy attack the weak one to come up against you. So when you see that your mother bond, the love your mother have for you strong, you let the mother-in-law attack you. Vice versa for the wife, parents. Sometimes he's fighting trauma. Sometimes there's a Jezebel attacking him. A Jezebel can be an ex-partner that's not happy that he got married to you. So wife, pray for him. Stand in the gap. Be a praying wife. A praying couple stays together. A praying marriage is not easily broken. Pray for him. Sometimes he's under attack from a witch, a warlock, and sometimes it's his mother and his father the enemy is using. Sometimes the husband is suffering from a generation curse. He's coming from a background where a lot of witchcraft, so it's hard for him. It's hard for him to pull from it. The enemy won't allow him, so you have to fight for him, wife. Sometimes he's suffering from a gay spirit that was planted over his life. So that is why sometimes they don't see you beautiful anymore. They have blindfolded him. He's happy around his friends. Want to go out with his friends, but he don't want to bring you anywhere. And sometimes it's the same mother that has planted that gay spirit on him. So the marriage couldn't go as how the Lord wanted it. Because the mother is a witch. So pray, fight with prayer. Husband, fight for your wife. Stand in the gap for your wife. Sometimes your wife is suffering from trauma as well. They were raped, they were molested. They didn't have a dad in their life. They don't know how to love you correctly. They love you how they can. And it is your responsibility to show your wife healthy love. If they are struggling from abuse in the past, if they are struggling from trauma coming from the bloodline, generation curse, they were the black sheep, they were the one that the mother didn't like. Show your wife that love. Pray for her. Fight for her with prayer. Sometimes they have went through a chain where everyone rejected them. And then if you come and you're doing the same thing, you cannot do that, husband. Love your wife as how Jesus loved the church. Wives, pray for the husband. When your husband is the firstborn son, there is a curse placed on firstborn son from back in the days when they were killing all boys, trying to find the Messiah. So you have to pray for your husband. It's vice versa. When God is in it, it's not easily broken. I can tell you, things are going to happen. The enemy is going to let things happen. The enemy is going to attack your finance in the marriage, your character. He's going to attack your destiny helpers, your doors of opportunity. But you have to stand in the gap for each other. Husbands, stand in the gap for the wives. Wives, stand in the gap for the husbands. In the long run, you will see the reward, what you were working for. Wives, learn to love your husband in his love language. Husbands, learn to love your wives in your wife love language. Wife, if your husband don't good at communicating, help him. Likewise for the husband. Husband, if your wife don't like the shouting, don't shout. Don't do what your partner don't like. Sit and talk it out. You're too grown up. Handle situations like grown up. Stop being childish. Act mature. Fight for your marriage. Stand in the gap for each other. This is an honor of God. When God ordains it. Don't let the enemy come in like a flood. Don't let any loophole. Wife, you love to tell your friend your problem. Shut your mouth. Go sit and talk with your husband or go to a counselor. Husband, you love to go drink out and go to your friend. Stay home and sit and talk out your problem with your wife. Find a way to solve the problem, because if the problem starts off small, it's like a cut. You don't treat it, it gets bigger and it gets bigger. And then when you try to when you try to fix it, or when you try to dress that cut, it's so big you're trying to fix everything that has made it so big. So when the problem is there and you don't try to fix the problem when it is fresh, and you wait till it get bad, sour, it's harder to fix. And those are some of the things that the enemy use so you can divorce from the marriage that God ordained for you. So I don't know who needs to hear this out there. Fight for your partner. Fight for your husband. Fight for your wife. Because God is there even when you don't think he's there. Don't be afraid to go in it and say, God, help me. Change my situation. If it's I am the problem, help me to be a better wife. If I am the problem, help me to be a better husband.